Your Honor, my client was clearly trying an experimental new form of fuel for his planet. So what if it accidentally killed the planet? I don't see us prosecuting oil companies on Earth for the same thing.
Your Honor, my client was only trying to wipe out a resistance that threatened his power. Clearly, he deserves probation and house arrest.
It's not considered a war crime if it was fun.
Your Honor, my client could not have slaughtered these Autobots because killing is wrong, and being wrong is for Autobots.
Your Honor, my client was based in Dark Energon's In his defense, he liberated Cybertron. Your Honor, he was voted as leader for his charm and his large-scale comedic operations. The entire war is just one big prank, with the deceased Cybertronians being realistic dummies like the Star-Lord from the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 movie. The real Cybertronians were placed on the moon. So, you see, Your Honor, there is no need to pull out the scrapbook death penalty.
Your Honor, he would glass us if he doesn't walk out of here with a nice tea and a free man. If I fail the case, please make sure I have a nice casket.
Your Honor, my client is a victim of circumstance. It's not his fault that... Huh? Look, I got nothing. He's just evil.
It was born to be in the mines!
They literally destroyed Cybertron.
Your Honor, please don't tyranny.
Your Honor, we need him to sell more toys! Your Honor, I can't fucking defend this monster. Just fucking chop off his head.
Your Honor, this man was a minor. He was brainwashed into believing Sentinel Prime was a hero in search of the Allspark, the last Prime standing after his idol. His hero, Megatronus, was slain by the evil, vile, despicable Quintessence, and Sentinel Prime was made to be someone who would protect not just him, but his best friend and any other Cybertronian out there. When Megatron went out to the beyond in search for the Allspark, he found out the truth about not just what happened to the Prime, but also about Sentinel Prime. He found out that the same people not only killed the 13 Primes, including his idol Megatronus, Sentinel Prime was working for the Quintessons, giving them Energon all so he can stay in power. Megatron, heartbroken, devastated, wanted to take down Sentinel Prime and everything he stood for, as he was a false idol. He was a murderer and a liar. This revelation broke him so much that all he knew was that killing Sentinel Prime wasn't just the end. He needed to burn everything in order to rebuild not just what was lost, but a better future for Cybertron, not one built up by false idols.
Your Honor, they're not war crimes yet if he's the first to do them.
Your Honor, trying to convict him would be suicide.
Your Honor, he's just a baby. Look at the cannon. Now look at me. Now look back. And tell me, are you willing to get destroyed in a matter of seconds from that cannon, or let him be free with your life attached? In his defense, Optimus did steal his Megatronus Prime action figure when they were free. My client is guilty of all charges.
No! Your Honor, shut the fuck up! You didn't even play War for Cybertron!
Your Honor, my client is from another planet, and most of his crimes were committed on his home planet. We cannot prosecute the defendant for his crimes committed off Earth. That is up to the justice systems of Cybertron, which at this moment does not exist due to millennia of civil war. The defense moves that those charges be dropped.
Your Honor, that's suicide! Lord Megatron, stabilizers are failing! Maintain your heading, Brawl! Do not falter! Sublight engines are offline. Shields at 15%. Reroute all power to forward guns and thrusters. Full speed ahead! But sir, that's suicide! That's suicide! Sir!
But sir, that's suicide! Any further objections?
Your Honor, he is the Dominator and the Destroyer.
Your Honor, he is trigger happy, and that is a big f***ing gun on his arm.
Your Honor, my client pleads nuh-uh.
Your Honor, my client is just fighting to overthrow the corrupt Cybertronian government and end the caste system. And he is willing to do whatever it takes to achieve that goal, because he believes that the ends justify the means, and that it will all be worth it in the end when functionism has been abolished. He and the Decepticons are fighting for a noble goal, unlike those autocratic bots whose leader was chosen by the very government that Megatron is fighting against, just because he suggested a non-violent approach that would not get them killed.
To further support this, he was born into a life of slavery and oppression, having to work his ass off just to exist, while the people in the other cities stay on their ass like a king. He also had the threat of being disassembled and used as spare parts if he starts lacking. These conditions of his early life led to him to grow weary of the former High Council, something you should remember. His only escape from the streets was to be in the gladiatorial pits, where he learned to survive by killing and no holding back just to survive. After seeing that he has power, he soon decides to start preaching his belief to the crowd, knowing that they will listen to him. When he was soon leader, he knew that the Autobots were led by his former friend, leading his rage to be more severe, and he knows that they want a peaceful society, while also disallowing actual change to happen.
Your Honor, he has a massive cannon attached to his right arm and energon mace, command of an army and most of a planet. So I think you shouldn't try to convict him. However, because Lord Megatron has overthrown the old council, which were effectively the government, that makes all laws prior to his uprising null and void. In conclusion, my client is the equivalent to the government, the army, and NASA all in one. I rest my case.
Good point, Your Honor. However, have you noticed the giant cannon pointed at you?
Your Honor, look at him. He lost his best friend and his government was rooting against him. What else could he have done? There's only so much a mech can take before they break. He may have caused many atrocities, but in all ways, he felt necessity had justified. I rest my case. He's also just a silly...
Noose.
Your Honor, he is giant robot, and he is giant cannon on his arm. For the good of all humanity, please shut up and dismiss this case.
Your Honor, he is clearly drugged out of his mind. I suggest we take him to rehab before any semblance of a trial takes place.
For real, what about trial when he's not filled with robot Satan blood juice?
Dark Energon will fuck you up.
Your Honor, you simply just weren't there.
I'll go by that.
Your Honor, this man from the very had his life stolen from him in the worst possible way. He had Cog taken out by the bot he admired all his life, searching for a way to be better in life instead of busting his ass, working in minds with his friend. All he wanted was to be better. Upon finding out that the bot he so idolized was not the one he knew, he was hurt, angry, and confused, mixed all into one emotion. He lost control of himself, but didn't know what else to do. Please, Your Honor, have pity on him and his true intentions. He wanted them to see the truth, no matter what way he had to.
Your Honor, he has an arm cannon. Do you really want to do this? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really bring it upon yourself to convict a freedom fighter, sacrificing himself for you, for me, and for us? Are you really going to side with the government over us?
Yes.
God damn it!